We are out here in beautiful Moab, Utah. I mean, look at this view. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Must be about 60 degrees, and I spent 2 days out here. Mike's been out here for a full day, and this is my buddy Mike. And known him for about 20 years. Got a lot of history on motorcycles and dirt bikes. Mike, tell us a little bit about your history on motorcycles and briefly about yourself.
Yeah, well, I've been riding motorcycles, started when I was 10 years old, and rode dirt bikes for a couple years as a kid. Early 20s, started road racing superbikes, raced superbikes for 7 years, raced Daytona twice at the AMA-CCS finals, and then got back into riding dirt bikes again when I was 45. Been riding dirt bikes since then. I'm 62 years old now, and just this year started riding adventure bikes. So picking up that as a new hobby.
Yeah. This is the first street bike, adventure bike. Actually, the CFMoto is my first one. Had that for about a month, and I got this one. I've only had dirt bike experience for the last 20 years and never been on a street bike, never been on an adventure bike. And Mike and I decided, hey, let's try something different. And this is our second full trip to Moab, and we're just having a blast. So we want to share some of our experiences with you. Mike, tell us some of your thoughts. You've had a chance to ride all three of these bikes today, so give us some of your thoughts and opinions.
All right, so this is my 24 901 Norden, and things that I like about it, I like the suspension on it. It works really, really well. I do like the power that it has. I like all the creature comforts like heated grips, heated seats. We've used those. We used them last time we were up here because it was a little cool. The thing handles phenomenally on the highway. I mean, it's a great highway bike. So yeah, it's just, I like it a lot. Things I don't like about it, I don't like the shifters in too tight. It's too short, like it needs to come out to be used better. In riding all of the bikes, what I found out is the front end on the Norden is very heavy compared to the others, and that translates into feel as far as you really feel it in the turns, and it has a kind of a heavy feel to it.
Sand too, when you get sand washes.
Sand, it's horrible, from my opinion. It's not really good in the sand. I don't like it at all in the sand because the front end is so heavy. It wants to tuck. Didn't ride the Kove in the sand, but I rode the Kove
for a couple hours today.
Yeah, it's the front end is very light, very predictable. It's got a tremendous engine to it. It's got a lot of power. The thing is lightweight and nimble. That's not a lot bad to say about it, except for, if you're looking for creature comforts, it doesn't have any, but it's not been cold this time. I would have missed, if it was cold, I would have missed definitely heated grips. So anyway, it's a good bike I think it's a good value for what you get. You can ride it. My opinion of it is it's kind of like a big 450. Because the front end is light and it's got a lot of power, it's easy to carry the front over rocks and over whoops and stuff like that. So it works very well that way.
You had a chance to ride the little 450 CFMoto too.
Yeah, 450. I just got off that a little bit ago.
And you're a big guy, what, 6'3"?
6'3", 270.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the predictability of that motorcycle. The suspension still is pretty decent. The front end needs a little work for somebody my size.
Yeah.
It bottoms out.
The stroke and
bottoms out quite a bit, but it's a real easy bike to ride. It doesn't have a ton of power, but it has enough to do anything you want to do, is my opinion. It just goes and goes and goes. So it's a great little bike. And then again, I think for the price and for the value, what you pay and what you get, it's a good value.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a great day today, and I didn't ride your 901 today. I rode it last trip. And for me, I've got a 31-inch inseam, and it's just too tall. I feel tippy on it. I don't feel in control off-road on it. On the twisties and the highways, I mean, it's phenomenal. Yes, this is the second trip out here on the CFMoto, and I've really enjoyed that bike. It's not a race bike. You can push it kind of hard, but you start pushing it hard, it's going to blow through the suspension. It's going to bottom out. But it's a great bike. It doesn't tire you out. You can get tired and you can just lug it and it'll get you through anything. This today, you and I, traded back and forth. This thing is just a rocket. It's just a rally race rocket. I love it. Got to be careful. I put it back in eco mode versus race mode or whatever, just to take a little of that hit away, because it has a lot of power. Although my son rode this in the 901, he goes, the 901 has more torque and a little bit more power, and it's a bigger motor. But yeah, these bikes are phenomenal. Owning both the CFMoto and the Kove, yes, that's a great value. $7,200 out the door. This is about $13, a little more, not counting taxes, out the door. But this is light years ahead of what the little 450 is. It's just a race rocket, and I just love it a lot.
Being as light as it is, it's easy to ride, and it's easy to ride fast.
Yeah, because
of how light it is, and it's got a lot of power.
The suspension, you're 275. You never bottomed out once on it.
No, it's got a good suspension for, again.
And I have the clickers dialed as soft as they'll go for these harsh ledges. Front and rear for compression, I dialed them as soft as they'd go to take a little bit of that harshness out. There's a lot of square edges we're hitting today. And
square edges on the CFMoto would bottom out, and it would be really rough. I mean, it would.
Once you get to blow through the stroke.
Yeah.
I'm not quite as bad. I'm 205, pushing a little bit harder than I get it to bottom out. This thing never did bottom out. But yeah, we've had an awesome day today, and we're gonna do some more riding tomorrow and some more filming.